Hello everyone, for today's mobility class we are going to start in our quadruped position, or also known as our tabletop position. So we're going to find our mat here. If you have any sensitivity in your knees, you can roll up your mat or use a towel or a blanket underneath your knees if you need a little extra padding. We're going to take our hands, we're going to place it underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. Starting out with a neutral spine, sometimes we tend to dump down into our lower back as we are in our tabletop position. So try our best just to keep our belly engaged, pull our belly towards our spine, our belly button towards our spine, and gently push the floor away. Gaze is going to be down at our mat in between our thumbs. And we're going to start with a cat and cow, but I like to call this one a scapular cat and cow, focusing in the mobility in the upper chest. So as we inhale, we're just going to let the chest drop down, squeeze the shoulder blades in and together. Then as you exhale, you're going to push the floor away, round the upper spine, and draw your chin towards your chest, look towards your knees. As we inhale, we're going to relax the chest, gaze down in between the thumbs, squeeze the shoulder blades in and together. As you exhale, push the floor away, round the spine. You're going to feel the biceps start to wrap forward and gaze towards your knees. As you inhale, release. The chest is going to drop through, squeeze the shoulder blades. Then as we exhale, round through the spine, gazes down towards the knees, really push the floor away. And then we'll slowly find a neutral spine. From here, we're going to do some wrist circles. So we're going to take our shoulders, reach them over the fingertips, over to the right, and back behind. Try and keep the fingertips flat. We're going to go 3 to the right, and then 3 to the left. And finding that mobility that works for you. If you really want to go over to each side, or if you want to take it a little bit less, whatever feels good in your body today. And then we'll move to the other side. It is okay to kind of swing your hips from side to side here. It's okay if you want to bend your trunk from side to side. Again, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Goal here again is to keep the fingers as flat as possible. And then from here, we'll find a neutral spine after we did 3 to the right and 3 to the left. We're going to take our fingertips and we're going to face them to the corners, or the outsides of our mat rather, the outsides of our mat. And then from here, nice and slow, we're going to bring our shoulders over to the right side, and then bring our shoulders over to the left side. From here, we're going to take our wrists, if it feels good for you, and walk them in another inch towards each other. As we inhale, bringing our shoulders over to the right, we'll exhale through center, then we'll inhale over to the left, exhale back through center. If you can, bring your heels of your hands to touch, moving over to the right. Again, you can keep your hands as far away as you'd like. Over to the left. From here, resetting, placing our hands underneath our shoulders. 3 times, we're going to push through the fingers and lift the heel of the hand, stretching out. And as we exhale, we'll come down. 2 more times, pushing in, reaching up. Exhale down. Last one, hold here for 3, 2, and 1, slowly lowering. And when we're ready, bringing our right hand behind the head. We'll inhale, we'll bring that right elbow towards that left wrist. And then as we exhale, we're going to open up as much as we can. Inhale, bring that right elbow towards that left wrist. Exhale, open. Last one, deep inhale, bring that right wrist towards that left elbow. Exhale, we're going to open up here, holding, pushing down into that left arm. 1 more nice deep breath. As we exhale, you're going to reach this right arm all the way up and then thread that right hand behind the left, stretching out that right shoulder. You can keep this left hand on the floor, or you can wrap it around that hip. I'm going to take 3 more breaths. 4 more breaths, or 1 more breath actually. When we're ready, if we have that left hand wrapped around, we'll place it down onto the ground We'll inhale, we're gonna reach this right arm all the way up. And then as we exhale, we're gonna take our left hand, we're gonna reach it up towards the top of the mat, but then we're gonna flip our palm up towards the ceiling. We're gonna keep our hips up nice and high, drop our right shoulder down towards the ground. You can take your left hand and bring it in a little bit closer towards your knee. The goal here is to drop our armpit area down towards the mat, sink down. You can drop your forehead down to the floor. You can also place it onto a block. Taking 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. We'll slowly bring that right hand back in and down, and then we'll place the left arm behind the head. Deep inhale, bringing the left elbow towards the right wrist, and exhale, open up. Inhale, left elbow towards the right wrist. Exhale, open up. Inhale, left elbow to right wrist. Exhale, open up. Holding here for 1 nice deep breath. As we exhale, extend that left arm and then bring it underneath the right. Reaching that left arm all the way down and around. We can bring this right arm all the way down and around if you'd like. Taking 3 more breaths here. Thinking about opening up the right shoulder as much as we can. 1 more breath. On our next inhale, we'll place our right hand down. We'll unwind the left arm back up, and then we'll place that left hand up towards the top of the mat, but then we're gonna flip that palm up towards the ceiling. From here, we're gonna keep our hips up nice and high and sink that shoulder all the way down. Again, you can bring this right hand a little closer. You can place your right hand or your forehead onto a block or a pillow if you'd like. Goal here is to really think about your armpit area pushing straight down into the mat below. Taking 1 more breath here. From here, we'll slowly pull our hands back in, and then we're gonna tuck our toes. From here, tucking the toes and just sitting our hips back as far as we can. Stretching out the toes, maybe walking the fingers a little bit further back towards your knees. Maybe you can sit up all the way. It's okay if you have to keep your hands down. Taking 2 more breaths. One last breath, deep inhale. As you exhale, lean forward, untuck the toes. You can sit all the way back, maybe onto a block or all the way down for a saddle pose, just stretching out the deep hip muscles. Trying to sit up nice and tall, stacking the shoulders over the hips if you can. Taking 1 more breath here. Exhale. And then from here, you can just bring yourself back up, and then you're all done.